I cannot figure out a way to say it, so I'm just gonna say this. I'm filling this out 3 times. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point is, I just noticed that only about 8.3% of you who watch my videos are subscribed. So, if you are other than 91.7%, if you do enjoy my videos, please subscribe. It doesn't hurt, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Love you guys. See you in a sec. Okay, so back to the episode. Love you. Bye. Oh, what's up? Back at it again with another episode of the Greater Germanic Reich. So we have the boys, of course, the boys back in town, packed for room. I can't read that, sadly. It's sad. Anyway, KDN members, Germany, America, Japan, coalition donor nations, America, Japan, the permanent, anyway, interesting. Germany and rage. In flames. Catastrophe has struck Germany. The very heart of our capital attack, a bombing and terror attack perpetrated by Burgundian terrorists, has disrupted the events surrounding the 19th anniversary of Albert Speer's death at the Volkshof, leaving behind thousands of casualties. In throwing our nation the crisis, we must act quickly to retake control of the situation and bring justice to those who perpetrate against these acts before they strike again. We will not rest until each of these criminals has been brought to justice. Today, Germany mourns the innocents lost. Tomorrow, a wrath shall cleanse the nation in the former Burgundian lands of this filth. Burgund's still kicking around, though. So, anyway. Oh god, it's a massive... Look at that, it's fucking massive, man. It's massive. Massive focus. Citizens in Germany. Yesterday, during the annual festivities of the Volkshof, was attacked by terrorists. Their targets were not the government, not the military, no. They targeted defenseless civilians. Even children. The scale of the casualties in the range of thousands. Such catastrophic events has left a major question. Who would commit such an act of senseless murder? Questions now finally have an answer to. The SS Werewolf. The SS Werewolf is a terrorist organization that sworn to destroy the German state, implementing ideas of Hitler and Heydrich and killing millions of people as they deem impure. They are part of German Gudrun's Himmler's Burgundian insurgency, a faction which seeks to restore the infamous older state of Burgundy, and wages war against the Euro-Pact occupation forces. All the terrorists involved in the attack have sworn allegiance to the werewolf symbol among their belongings. Group has taken responsibility for the attack. Today is a day of mourning, of anger, but not of capitulation. I don't know why it's the other German flag there. Across Germany, the SS Werewolf is actively being hunted down. The Wehrmacht launched a large-scale attack in Schutzstaffel by the insurgents on Burgundy soon. The culprits of this treacherous act will have to pay. The fight against this SS criminal justice will be delivered. You know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna lose the political power. I can take the political power hit. Don't really care if I take the political power hit. If it lose a little bit of stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna click anything there. I don't really care to. I don't know why it's that flag. We're Nazi. I guess, but we have this flag, so I'm kind of confused. Canadian Council sanctions on Millennium. Guards vote the Millennium resolution. Canadian Council with heat tension. This is for sure. I'm not sure what we'll do. Coalition of the Nations. Vote yes in the Canadian Council. Should the new towns be? Yes, we should. China sides with us. That's cool. Germany in flames. Call for an emergency meeting. We must do that first. So we're gonna call an emergency meeting. Yes, sir. Emergency meeting. It seems that the events of the last days were not shocking enough already. According to investigators, certain figures in the Orpa and the party bureaucracy ties to the hardline Hitlerite dissident wing have purposely prevented the arrests of some of the SS werewolf terrorists in the days leading up to the Volkshof attack. Furthermore, information indicates that Ducker himself was aware of this and encouraged these actions. Outrage at the Hitlerites is growing within the population. Now the question is, when it's going to reveal his involvement? It would certainly deal massive damage to the warring influence of the radical wing of the party. It also bears the risk of presenting a regime itself as incompetent. Nonetheless, the scandal will heavily damage our efforts keeping the situation stable. You know what? I would go. Let's. Did terrorist sympathizer reveals involvement? He must be taught a lesson. You know what? I don't really want to. If we lost political power, lose political power both ways. But I'm gonna do this just because I don't want to lose even more credibility. We'll deal with it internally. I'm not sure what that will mean, but enact martial law. To reestablish order in our streets, we must declare martial law, as continuing to take the control of this current crisis with the current paranoia regarding future attacks from our Burgundians. We must stay vigilant, deploy our security assets. From here we'll be able to distinguish who's traitor and who is innocent. This might anchor many and escalate the growing tensions of her, but this is the only choice. Nuclear dearmament effort, it's the only choice we have. You know what? I'm gonna go for a nuclear dearmament. Silence in Burgundy. The city of Luxembourg is located next to the Burgundian border. Ever since the Civil War, the people of Luxembourg lived the shadow of orange set looming over them. This cannot mean anything good. I'm sure it can't. They have this focus. I'm not sure what any of this does, but you know what? Enacting martial law is what we will do. Interrogation. The prison stood around Königswörterhausen at the border of Germany is not exactly a place with a good reputation. Maximum security prison. Question result equipment and funding. Sure. Let's question about his funding. Kind of interested to know who's funding this jerk, whoever he is. Enact martial law. The protests begin. Troubled times are ahead. Oh, frick. Patriotism will control every journalist, ideals, reformist spirits, fractions, all united against the menace of terrorism. At this point, it seems the spirit of unity is now flipped to anger and revealed that as world fans were known by the Orpo, their pressures, hardliner wing the NSAP. New actions were taken. Furthermore, some of them supplied suspected werewolf members money and fake passports. Troubled times are ahead. And thus, we can send one division to Burgundy. The reignation of the Burgundian War. They seem to come from nowhere at all, as they simply materialize themselves out of nothing. They stormed the isolated settlements of Burgundy, seizing the countryside, forcing the Wehrmacht garrisons to retreat, unannounced but not unexpected. Send one division. Can we send two technically? Now we can send one. Let's see who's all our guys. You have any helicopters? Yeah, we'll send a helicopter to go help out our boys. Send these guys close air support. Actually, no, these guys will do. How long is it gonna take him to get over there? Burgundian offensive. The devils will be united once and for all. To the end of terror. It is the curse of the once great man to step over corpses. Heinrich Himmler. We have.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
Let's crush them, boys. Enact martial law. Dealing with the protest.
Achtung! Rückzug! Wieder zurück! Zurück!
Not gonna lose this area.
Ausrücken!
Let's get those guys. They're not tanks, sadly, but it looks like we're crushing the offensive pretty well. Dealing with the protest. Children of the Black Sun, there are no real civilians. Sadly, our guys are not winning that war quite well. Need support, unfortunately, to win. Let's get this guy, Klaus. Oop, did it crash? I hope not. Okay, nope. This was really slow for a second.
Angetreten. Ausrücken. Zurück. Ausrücken.
Going to protest. A gentle approach. Let's go to gentle approach at the behest of spear.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
73. We live in interesting times. Report on the Russia, Hail Germania. Sincerely, the Bureau of Information. Interesting. If we can take Oxford, it'll be a big win, a big boon to us. Military industry. Oh, well, infrastructure. Let's build infrastructure. Luxembourg.
Ihre Befehle?
Let's take this capital city once and for all. Society slowly recovers, the fading Volkswagen aftermath.
Ihre Befehle?
Burgund has been defeated or since Burgund in a war. Life is neither good nor evil, but only a place for good and evil. Oh, there we go. We defeated them. The end of the Burgundy War. Many lives are lost, but the army and impoverished lands of Burgundy lie in ruins. The remote forests and alpine foothills have been struck by countless waves of bombardment. Entire towns razed to the ground by the ruthless SS. Not a day passed without mourning the public unarming the fallen by the falling furious spear. Unlike the rather quick 1996 invasion of Burgundy, this was not a swift, organized takeover, but a rather exhausting war of attrition which the Wehrmacht had not planned for. In the end, however, it was worth it. Gunther Himmler himself finally lies. German captivity, a lot of trace issues, south was destroyed. Most importantly, people of Burgundy no longer by the reign of the new Ordnungsstaat. Many questions are still left, however. For example, how quick resurgence to the SS. Himmler's trail of suffering ends finally. That's good. Yeah, protests removed visor level. That's good. Fall Schwartz. Negotiating with protesters. Let's negotiate with the protesters. A gentle approach. A gentle approach. Promises of reform. Further measures seem to be required to quell the protests, and at this point, concessions may be the last sane option we have, so concessions will get a binding end date for the state of emergency, the return of suspended civil liberties, and a full investigation of possible Orpo overreach during the period of crisis. Also, the reforms made by current Führer at the youngest spear. Reconstruction of Burgundy, much light work lies ahead. People of Burgundy deserve peace, and the military and Obermann. Let's hope for peaceful transition. Führer may become law. Interesting. On any of that does. Europac investment program. Let's go with those guys. Strengthen economic ties. Strengthen European ties. Yeah. There we go. Done. Oh, frick. Let's not get out of that GUI. Dick Cheney! Your boy, it's Dick. Promises of reform, awesome. The crisis escalates. Hunting werewolves. Let's hunt some werewolves, boys. Exterminate the root. Well, we already did that, so that'll be great. We've already exterminated Burgundy. Hunting werewolves. I don't know which side we'll go down quite yet. I think we might go down to use public paranoia. The Acadian Assembly would be heat of tension. This is for sure. Constitutional rights. Constitutional rights. What the hell are you guys talking about? Vote no. No, we're not voting with a big no from us. No constitutional rights in Germany, baby. Stark saying socialism, the USSR would know in the Second Russian War. That's interesting. He's a nice little introduction. Martin Mugman, love those guys. I don't know who these guys quite know much about them, but anyway. Exterminate the root. We still have to do this whole path? Oh, come on, cracker. Anti-camp gun? Sure. Under the curtains. Let's do that. Take Germany a different direction. Some dissents claim the NSDAP is an intermittent master role of a small oligarchy. This isn't true. We are still the party of the German arbiter. We put great effort into showing that our affection to average citizens foundation the NSDAP, we are the workers and so since the foundation in 1920. Increase the amount of factions shown rallies as well as government funding for middle class and lower class projects, and send some active party members and scouting missions to find prominent, most influential members of the working party. Many of these people are more willing to side with us, blah blah blah. In our party is still the party of the people of Germany, and we don't want to call the average worker not qualified, but it should be clear that it hasn't been time to dig into political shenanigans. Instead, we should align a group of people as more topic in line, the state apparatus. I think we're going to go with the outer party. Vertical party. Horizontal, under the curtains. I'm going to do is rely on the outer party. It's that, something. Horizontal structure with the situation getting more and more fun. Shopping night. It's consumerism. It keeps our economy running. It's a shame Decker conservatives cannot understand this. With the situation getting more and more out of hand, and strategies we need people who know the local situation best. We need leadership from the front lines. Even though leadership from the top and the bottom is the safest bet, sometimes a little inflexible. Our current situation could be a good opportunity to look for potential. Potential talented individuals give their blood and heart to Germany. A vertical structure which doesn't have a focus tree, I guess. So I think we're going to do a horizontal structure. It's because it doesn't have a focus or doesn't have a description. So horizontal structure. Rely on the outer party. 3 days left. Horizontal structure. Crackdown factionalism. Horizontal structure. Awesome. Let's go here and increase security measures. Terrorism intel level. Let's go 20. Let's go with expand anti-terror. Let's go all 3 of them. There we go. The terror level slowly going down. Went down by a lot. And the next thing we can do is locate their weapons. Hopefully, our operation retrace their funds or locate their weapons. Let's retrace their funds probably first. Because they can keep buying guns if we don't get them first. So let's get their funds down first. Oh, these guys, which have a weird political pie chart. There, Mr. Remove. Poor Remove. He's not going to be there for very long, I bet. Poor Remove. a horizontal structure, crack down on factionalism. Even though the SDP represents the self-united and only party of Germany, the situation behind the official facade is a different reality. The party is more divided than ever. Over the years, the Mugbang's grip of the party has got less tight. Reformists and reactionaries are calling for change of direction. But not only that, the ideological differences are tearing the party itself apart. But the different social standings inside the party are also competing for control. The apparatus, unlike something we've seen uncontrolled, will crumble each day. We must put an end to the misleads and restore the NSDB to its past unity and glory. The liberal menace, disgruntled, calling themselves liberals and reformers at the more than spoiled students and children of countries they lead. They spend the same faith and spirit students and their stupid ideas will get crushed by the harsh reality. Maybe 2 or 3 years of military service to put these dumb ideas out of their heads. But the reformers are having more influence, should they get even worse. If they even prevail, the Reich will seek a sink into generations like the Weimar Republic. We must deal with these daydreamers before they become more serious thorn in our side. We're going to finish reading that, don't worry. But we're going to first do vote no. We're not big fans of environmentalism over here. Reactionary threat. Deckard is a fool. We are the core of Europe and we are responsible for the wealth of the nation instead of bombs and subjugation. We use loans instead of risking slaves. So now we're going to do the liberal menace. I'm sorry, guys. The liberal menace. Speer legacy prevails. Albert Speer Sr. found himself in a similar situation as we today. He had fought the Bormanites, Göringites, the Butcher, Heydrich, and Himmler, and even after the struggle of the Civil War, the traitors, liberals, and reactionaries threatened to overthrow new German National Socialism. Just as he solidified his reign, must take the doom same to balance out the factions and unite the NSDAP once more. We have a great example to follow, and Speer's wisdoms are still relevant to this day. Let us step in his footsteps and direct the party onto a safe, prosperous course into the future. Absolutely. Russian to Bergen. I mean, it's great doing all this, but, you know, the crisis escalates. A turning point. Interesting. Speer's legacy prevails. Oh, frick, we have enough stuff to do this. So let's go down here. And let's go to let's locate their weapons. Or to retrace their funds. Sorry. The Burgunder is suffering. It was a race most distant place. He's supposed to be a former soldier involved in falling into poverty. Beer of anti-terrorism. A few questions. I'll see advice. Officer Kruger, the system flees. Most like a former soldier involved in false Schwartz, fallen into poverty. Crew is subtly wasting a time an elderly man attracted investigators' attention. A local from Westphalia, he had not experienced Himmler's reign and lived in. He had not experienced some of Burgundy. Still, he seemed sickly and meager as the rest. Most like a former soldier. No racial integration. I guess we really are a bit still racist in Germany. I was kind of surprised. I mean, you know, they're saying no voting. We're not the best. We're not the most democratic place. I'll say that much. Over here in Germany, we're not the most democratic. The unfortunate truth. Sir, have you been a soldier in the Burgundy War? The old man laughed uncontrollably. Yes, indeed. I fought the Burgundy War against the Russians and fought against the French. Cackling, he ran away. One of Kruger's colleagues stayed and pulled off something from the pile of junk the old man sitting on. He looked too old to be fought in the Burgundian War, but there's not an easy explanation for that. It was a plastic bag filled with white powder. The only war this man fought was the war on drugs, and not on our side. Disappointing. Terrible. Maybe I should have guessed he was in the war on drugs. Political power, baby. Matter of immigration. With the economy an all-time high, a major problem struck Germany: overemployment. Since the last 2 decades, Germany's generally given out visas to foreign workers, both specialized experts and unskilled laborers, imported from across the Euro Pact and beyond, contributing greatly to our prosperity. In some cities, for example, highly internationally connected to Hamburg, and ethnic non-Germans make up as much as 10% of the Euro Pact nations. Primarily, they originate from Eastern Europe and other Euro-Pact nations. An entirely different group, however, these Burgundians would not migrate out of economic gratuities, but out of the catastrophic conditions of Burgundy itself. Many of these immigrants face harsh reprisals in their daily life. Authorities constantly turn a blind eye to certain incidents, especially the rise of the Gunther, while some states like Frankfurt or Hamburg are relatively welcoming to foreigners, due to the reformist Gallington administration. Others like Danzig, Nuremberg treat non-Germans as second-class citizens. However, the current methods have faced heavy criticism of both reformist and conservative factions. Obviously, the Hitlerites are strict oppose immigration, not even within the Reichsstadt or the Pact. The center wing is somewhat more nuanced, with people such as the influential billionaire Goebbels supporting immigration in a reasonable manner, others differentiating harshly between European and non-European foreigners. Schorner and Kohl and the other reformists have pushed for further integration opportunities for non-Germans. The situation has worked just for, you know what? Let's go with as little as possible and only from Europac nations. Let's go with Europac nations. Social stability will increase. Let's go with that. Crackdown, increase terror intel. Let's do that. That's expensive, politically. Very expensive. Kampkla, whatever. The horrific attack in Germany by the SS werewolves. Anyway, NSDAP, NSDAP reform. And all these guys, liberal democracy, socialism, communism, all the guys. Calm the population. Oh, the population isn't that crazy right now, luckily. Terror activity will decrease, which is wonderful, and that's exactly what we want. Free military factories, tanks. Let's go with a leopard. Anti-terrorgrafen, and then no need to fear. Panic level increase. The Axis evil. One side the SS are on the Himmelreich terrorists, and the other liberal protests seeking to destroy the German nation. I think we have to use public paranoia. Yeah, I think we're gonna use public paranoia. They could come for you. The crystal problem. Dire situation prepare for further operations. They could come for you. They could come for me. The terrorists are everywhere. Be vigilant. These words are phrases the Germans just hear. They must know the terror threat is real, and they're using some public fear and never fails to work. We must create an environment where no terrorists can hide away. Suspicious individuals be reported to the local police. Germany has two enemies. On one side, the SS werewolf and Himmelreich terrorists, and the other, the liberal protests seeking to destroy the German nation and submit their Bolshevik ideas. There are two sides of the same coin. The two faces. It would not be too outlandish to suggest an alliance between them exists. A dark pact of forces seeking to bring down the Reich. We must show them that the public protest and movement is an extension of Blackstone's grip. They're a corrupt minion. We must not allow them to do more harm to our people. Terror activity will decrease. We basically have no. They have no. That's kind of nice. Increased terror activity, panic level. Let's calm the population. Probably want to do that. Expand integration. You know what? We will vote. We'll vote on the KDN. We'll vote yes. We gotta seem nice at least. The axis of evil. Let's see what it does. Europack. I still have no idea how this UI works, though. I'm very confused by it, sadly. France. No idea what any of this does. Redirect pack funding. Invest in the European member states. Pact +5 unity. Invest in the member states. Select the national focus. Axis of evil. I guess we'll get that in a second. Delivering the silver bullet. We've managed to find location of the leader of the Axis war. It seems they are protected by Hillary insurgents in the Burgundy in the deep forest, but the Black States remnants pose no resistance. Interesting. The Axis of evil. I guess that doesn't have very much with it. Probably should have gone for the political power at this point, but you know, it is what it is. Free civilian factory. We'll go with more infrastructure. Delivering the silver bullet. Reichsland, Ukraine. At least they're still kicking around. New National Socialism. I have no idea what that is. Anyway, I guess it's some boy Albert Speer, my boy. Is that Elon Musk? No, it's just some guy. Anyway, it's kind of odd. In a room. The debate on the witness. Amnommy doesn't always bring out the best in people. The Soviets still kicked your Xenos since 1981. I don't care. Only good Germans are dead with Germans. The Soviets didn't kill enough of your kind when they entered Leningrad and the Volga. Average American. Germany does something that's genocide. When America tells you something, it helps their freedom. Your people are making me sick. I honestly wish the wine missile crisis escalated. Now you're the sciencer. That's what spared Judeo capitalist appeasement did to Germany. Ralph, are you a Hitlerite? You're either 90s or stuck in the year 1951. Sorry, we need a second Sondersreich. Generals plan Ostmarxy, no slave revolt, Nuremberg laws, protector of Bohemia. Haha, all your sinners believe in the Reich. The future of Germany ended when the degenerate Spear killed Heydrich. If the Orange Chef was real, you would all be sent to the Rodenmo. Oh my god, how then so oppressed can you be? You see you under the black sun, subhumans. The Nami doesn't always bring out the best in people. Yes, it doesn't. We need to go with exterminate the root. We need more political power gain, honestly, though, because this is bloody slow. 'So we still need to do the Operation Spear. We need more intel level though, so we gotta probably do increase security. If I need to do that. Eliminate the root. Fall Schwartz. Not gonna do that. They're doing fine on their own, I think. Ten political power. Well, at least we got them on our side, which is nice. Kind of wish I'd not done that earlier. Let's do expand anti-terror operation. No, let's not do that. Find the. We gotta. So much weight. Ugh. Such a long wait. Could have you guys just. You know what? I'll pause it for you so you guys don't there's not. I'm not gonna make you guys wait through all this, so I'll pause it for you guys and I'll get back to you guys when. Actually, no, let's just end the recording here. So next episode we'll finish it up. Yeah, see you guys then. Bye bye. Love you guys.
14, we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. We took a little bacon and we took a little beans, and we caught the bloody British in a town in New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept a coming. There